If you like what I do, consider joining my channel or donating to my coffee. Links in the description. Hey, it's the Metroidvania Guru, back again with another episode of my Metroidvania demo impression series, where I give my first impressions on a Metroidvania's demo. And it's a series. Today, we're diving into Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland. If you're a kid of the 90s like me, or a kid of the very early 1900s like my great-great-grandpa, you might remember Little Nemo in Slumberland. It started as a comic strip by Winsor McCay way back in 1905, following a young boy drifting into fantastical dream worlds every night. Each strip built towards some whimsical, bizarre, gravity-defying moment before ending with Nemo waking up mid-chaos. It's one of the earliest masterpieces of visual storytelling, famous for its imaginative worlds and ahead of its time panel work. But the comics weren't my introduction to the franchise. I met Nemo and Flip through the movie that hit US theaters in 1992, nearly 90 years after the first comic dropped. It still blows my mind how old this property is, and seeing it revived for modern audiences is honestly pretty exciting. So of course I had to try the demo, and what did I think? I think it's pretty dang good. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice is that the game is gorgeous. Bright, colorful sprites that nearly pop out of the screen, and bouncy animations that do the franchise's legacy justice. No joke, just looking at this game brought back so many memories. It was impossible not to smile watching Nemo take out enemies in his pajamas. How they got in his pajamas, I'll never know. And don't think for 1 second I didn't fall in love with the turnip throwing combat. A delicious nod to Super Mario Bros. 2, the superior Mario experience on the NES. Another dirty play by the devs to weaponize my nostalgia. What's next? Using one of my favorite artists from one of my favorite bands to do the soundtrack? Yahoo! You have got to be kidding me. First, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the game, and now Little Nemo. This Anamanaguchi alum is a straight-up legend. Just listen to this music. I'm telling you, on presentation alone, this game's already got me sold. I'm actually Fry at this point. Just take my money. But looks and sounds aren't everything. How does it play? Fantastic. The gameplay is fantastic. Alright, let's get this out of the way. Dave from Diesoft, bro! Dave pops up throughout the demo to tell you that you can't go somewhere or that a feature isn't available yet. So whenever you see Dave, you're gonna be like, bro! I'm just messing with you, Dave. Take your time. Keep up the good work. Okay, let's get serious. Time to talk about combat. Nemo's combat is actually doing a lot of cool things under the hood, but let's start with the basics. At first, Nemo can't attack. He has to yank vegetables out of the ground, a la Super Mario Bros. 2, the king of the Mario games, and chuck them at enemies. It's fun, but eventually he gets a yo-yo, so you're not always dependent on pulling produce out of the dirt. And that's the basics. Jump to avoid damage, yeet turnips at jabronis, or smack jabronis with your yo-yo like you're some kind of prepubescent Belmont. But where the game gets interesting is in its dynamic difficulty. There's a rank up system where you collect yellow moons to rank up. Ranking up has a few side effects. Each new rank makes Nemo faster. The highest rank even lets him do flips with sparkle trails.
That's good.
But higher ranks also make enemies stronger and give them new behaviors.
That's bad.
But higher ranks give you more candy when you defeat enemies.
That's good.
The candy contains potassium benzoate.
That's bad.
Can I go now?
And apparently there will be more side effects in the full game, but they're not fully implemented yet, according to Dave. Bro! Anyway, I think it's cool to have a dynamic difficulty system that slips into gameplay so seamlessly. Want a harder but more rewarding experience? Collect the yellow moons. Want things easier? Skip the moons and grab candy instead. And being fully ranked is difficult to maintain. One hit and it's back to zero, baby. I'm excited to see where this goes in the full release. Another interesting twist happens during boss fights. If a boss takes you out, Flip will be waiting outside the arena. Oh yeah, Flip's a punk rocker chick now instead of a hobo clown, and I am absolutely down for the upgrade. Anyway, talk to her, and she'll actually change the boss's behavior based on your complaint. Complain that the octopus boss has too many tentacles? She'll reduce them. It's inventive and a great way to keep the game accessible. And I want to applaud little Nemo for making a Metroidvania that's a little on the easier side. We need more accessible games in the genre to help ease younger or less experienced players into the MV world. That said, I actually found Nemo to have a little bit of a bite, so don't go in expecting a cakewalk. The game has this system involving the lucky coin. Collect 4 pieces and Nemo's defense increases. It's another slick way the game sneaks dynamic difficulty into the experience. You can charge into tougher biomes where enemies will wake you up in one hit, or you can take your time exploring and build the lucky coin so you can tank a few more hits before being tossed out of Slumberland. It's a neat idea. This impressions video is already getting a little long, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface of what you can see and do in the demo. If you want to know more, you can always check it out yourself. The demo drops today, February 9th, 2026, and I highly encourage you to give it a shot because I thought it was fantastic. And now I'm more excited than ever for the full release. And if you do decide to play the demo, tell Dave from Diesoft that the Metroidvania Guru sent you. Until next time, later nerds.